Let us go for a quick update on the crypto market. XRP is still showing you this bullish reversal signal on a daily. As you step back, it does give you a clear-cut idea that the weekly candle, which just closed in front of us right now, happens to be a bullish engulfing candle. Historically speaking, when we have seen that, we watch the price action following this trend line. That is good. It's positive. But yeah, that's not going to be a monstrous rally. It's going to be something decent. But it all depends on this one guy here. If this guy decides to run higher, that's good for the entire market. More capital will be allocated into this market. More marketing will happen. New people will jump into the crypto sphere. So you're watching altcoins preparing this structure, which is great to watch because you, on the other end, you'll get different news. You need to process that correctly. On one end, this is actually showing you the fact that whales are holding 140,000 Bitcoin. And that just happened in the last 3 weeks. That's huge. Now you look at this. 92.75% of Bitcoin circulating supply is currently in a profit of like 95%. That's like some people may take profit. Maybe that's where we are. So we are trying to process that based on what the market is saying to you. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, when you're looking at Bitcoin on a monthly, this is what you're watching. That's a great candle to the upside. And this is just 11 days of this month. And we are already till this point. Now, when the monthly started, we were still here at 42. And what did you really expect after such a huge volatility? What did you really think like the price was going to do? We had a clear thought process. We went back last 14 years, studied all these candles, and then I came up with this. Guys, last 3 times when the monthly formed this doji, what followed is like this. That's the history. So if we go with that history, that means we had some upside. We would be going back to the upside. And here we are. We already reached that range. Now what? What's the information which the market is giving you right now? So we got our weekly candle close. Perfect. What do we understand from this weekly candle close? That's a big question. If you manage to answer that, you kind of get a little bit of odds of what's happening. Now, what's the area of concern, the cautious part? You actually have a negative divergence starting to evolve for sure. The price is going up, but no one knows where the local top is going to be. But it shows you the fact that next 2-3 weeks is going to be really crazy and critical in terms of volatility in this market. Now, when we say that, you need to process information like this. You're watching that the volume is positive and it's barely like the same like what we had last week. Last week, the price didn't move up. So the sentiment in the market during this week was not that favorable for bulls. It was supporting some more bears, or bears were active. They were confident enough to bounce back into the market. But right now, you are processing the information that this week, the same amount of bullish volume is here, but the price went up. So who stepped back? That's what you should be looking at. Buyers are same. You're not increasing your massive move or new inflow into the buying side, but the price is going up. That means sellers are slowing down. This is exactly what we want to see. But remember, that means you're not getting a lot of new buys. It's just sellers moving out. So you have multiple resistance. Imagine like this, one is being moved aside. So you're going towards the next resistance. But you don't have enormous strength, maybe most likely, to break through all the other resistance. If that makes sense. Now, that means what are your resistance after this point? Now you do have one. Maybe we are going to break this. Fine. Perfect. We all would like that, right? We would like to see the price breaking through this range, going up to 55, 58. Boom. That's great. But what next? We have resistance at 60. We have resistance at 65. We have resistance at 69. So there is a lot of overhead resistance for this asset right here, right now. The weekly moving average is still bullish, super bullish. You want to see when that's going to fade. And for that, you usually go on to look at the daily. Is the daily looking like it's fading? As of now, it doesn't show you that. Now, one of the advantages part here is we were kind of playing out one part of the history which was not that favorable, which was like, okay, you have a long wick here, and then the next couple of days you remained in that volatility range of the wick. Then you went into a consolidation. You know, consolidations in this market right now, people don't want that. Even though that's a big opportunity before you see the price going up, not a lot of people process information like that. So that means right now in the market, Bitcoin is showing you the argument that, okay, we had long wick here. The resistance is like 49,000. Then we came up with this particular daily candle blowing through, reaching close to 48,200. This day, we have already managed to reach 48,600. That's a great thing, which means we managed to come back up to this level. And when we are at that level on a daily, RSI shows you we have more strength. Now, if you see that the RSI is going up, but the price is not, that's a concern. Even after a lot of bulls coming into this market, this asset price is not going up. That shows a divergence, and that means a lot of negativity in the market. Fine, some people are taking profits, they're moving out. So most likely, the pattern which we discussed earlier is now completed. Fine, that's perfect. If we get this, that's the healthiest move in the market. Meaning profit takers are stepping back, new people are thinking this is now undervalued, and they're buying into this. That's what we really want to see. That's cool, right? Now, if you go on to assets like XRP here, and you're watching them on a weekly, you're like, okay, this is really slow. It's super slow, agreed. But you're making a bottom there. You're not actually dropping below this. The supports were like 0.44, 0.45 after the current level of support. But the price action is still showing you this fact. Hidden bullish divergence. RSI goes down, price descends. So a lot of bears want to push the price down, but the bulls are saying, no, I'm not ready to give that up to you. I decide. So right now, bulls are in control. We would like to see a perfect double bottom and a bounce, just like what we saw before, just like we have seen in the history, just like we have seen in the past. So this asset kind of loves to do this. So if that happens here, great, fine, perfect. What's the difference this time? If we manage to do a breakout here, that's going to be the difference for XRP this time around, which would then open up your roof. So you can look at 0.94, then you can look at $1, $1.5. Now the euphoria, the optimism, that all comes back in with people saying $10,000, right? That will still be there. Remove that noise, remove that crazy stuff outside. Look at the reality. If Bitcoin is not fading, it's helping the price of the entire market. That's a great thing, because on the monthly, remember, this is just 10 days and you're already here. So if you do see a candle, which is just like what we have seen in the historical highs, getting close to that, that is going to be a signal like, okay, we are running hot. Now, I remember a lot of people were saying, oh, that's just history, it doesn't work. And I'm like, I'm not smarter than the history. So that's one of the reasons why back then, when the price was dropping hard, I was like, guys, look at this. We are honest. We're trying to make logical reasoning. And when I say this, I'm like, look at what's happening in the entire market. You need to have that understanding. Now, this is one part where the SI family would be so happy. We've talked through a lot of different assets, classes, crypto especially. This is from that time when a lot of people were giving you the argument, the market is done. It's about to go down. So we were like, guys, watch. This is the history. We're going to do this step. So that's back when we were below 30,000. Now we went close to 50. Right? We broke that into easiest way for you to understand that, this is what's happening. Whether you like it or not, this is happening. And that now seems like, now this is a year back. So I'm taking you guys last year, March, April. We posted this for every one of you to understand. Whether you are an Elliott wave lover or you're like, guys, that's too much. Let me look at just the price structure. Whichever side you belonged, whether you're pattern guys, this was the same. It all was there for us to understand and to take benefit of this, because price structure was showing you this. Historical lows are being made with similar structures that should push the price up. So now here we are looking at the macro and asking the question like, okay, some people said this is not going to happen. Now it looks like within this month or earlier next month, we're going to see the monthly reaching the overbought territory. What happens when that historically, what happens when the RSI enters the overbought territory? Go back. Each time, boom, the price goes up. Each time the price goes up, boom. Each time you go back in history and you're watching this. You're going back 10, 14 years and you get to see this. Fine. Now, what if we get rejected here without entering that 70 plus? That's a concern. But that's a monthly. Okay, we need to process information. Like for that to happen, the weekly should get rejected at a level below this long wick. Because if we are going up, that means we have more strength than last month. The price is still moving higher. So bulls will process the information that we're making higher highs. That's a new trend to the upside, which started back in November, December 2022. So those who are saying this is going to get extended to 2025 have to think that this has already been 14 months of bull market. So how long do you think this is going to go? 30 months? 60 months? It's up to you. It's up to you. But history doesn't teach you that. That's why I say take this, process the information, because right now dollar is showing you that I'm pulling back. But that's just a pullback, because this particular candle shows you a bullish engulfing candle. So that's going to be a retest and a bounce, most likely. So I personally want to see, while this retest, we here move up to a local high and slow down for profit taking, come back down. That's all I want to see in Bitcoin. While Bitcoin comes down, I want to see the dollar going up, 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 hitting a resistance and then slowing down. That's where I would look for my all coins to pop. I hope you're all with me here, because this is so simple information that you can process to understand, okay, this is what we are really looking at. Now, if you are that one guy who's trying to trade on to XRP, let me say this honestly. It's super hard to process the information on a micro level for XRP. Because being honest, I went through last 1.5 years of SI family's post. I literally went through all of that. And I was like, whoa, there is something in here which I should understand. 90% of the calls on almost all the other assets were kind of spot on. But 60% of the short-term calls for XRP were wrong. I'm like, this is the same process I use in every single asset. If you're in the Patreon, if you're in my Telegram group, you already know if I'm trading 20 assets, I'm not trading XRP. This is the reason. And on the other side, we are closing profits regularly, week by week, we are closing profits. So if you're trying to trade this guy on a short term, maybe you are much better than me. Or you have extreme level of discipline and patience. Combine those, your time horizon, if it's longer, you're going to succeed. So guys, if you received any kind of value here, smash that like button for me. And if you want to join the SI family, 985 plus members are taking benefit of the opportunity to educate themselves to make the most out of this market cycle. Join them. We go through hundreds of assets every week so that you know which coin is showing you a red flag, which coin is showing you massive opportunity, so that you can leverage that information to make the right decision in this market. That's it for today, guys. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.